a sec. There we go. So thank you guys for hopping on. My name is Katie Lambert. We appreciate you taking time out of your Monday to hang with us for a little bit and learn a little bit more about Green Compass, CBD, and kind of what it's all about. My name is Katie. I live in Vermont. I work for a very demanding corporate job. I have 2 little girls, 2 and 4. I'm married, and we have a couple of dogs and a couple of chickens that we've somehow managed to keep alive over the past few years. I don't really know how. I am not new to direct sales. I was with a previous company for about 5 years, and I really just felt kind of stuck and almost like my efforts weren't matching my paycheck. I was actually going to get out of the network marketing world altogether, but I just couldn't stop watching my friend Allie on her journey with Green Compass. And I watched her and said no for about 6 months until I decided to just jump all in. I knew nothing about CBD. I was one of the people that truly thought CBD was marijuana and was like, I can't be doing my day job, you guys, and doing that during the day. So stay tuned if you were like me, because I have learned so much. You're going to learn so much from tonight. So I'm going to share a little bit with you guys about Green Compass and kind of how we all got started. So we're 4 years old. We were launched in 2019, and we came about from our founder, Meredith. She had just given birth and just did not feel like herself. She felt like she was in a fog. She could barely get out of bed. If you're a mom or have had kids, I'm sure you can relate, or you've been through similar struggles. I know I have. And she was just looking for something to help. So her brother actually reached out to her and wanted her to try CBD. She did, and very quickly she found relief. She felt the fog lift. She felt like herself again. And she was just shocked by the results she was getting. So fast forward a few years down the road, she wanted to find something that she trusted to give her children. And when she was searching the market, she found nothing that was high quality, that she truly felt comfortable giving her children. So that's when she went on the quest and realized that she partnered with her husband, Sterling, and they have partnered with the Wooten brothers, and Green Compass was launched and born. And here we are 4 years later, and the numbers in our industry and in this market are just insane. So what sets us apart in the hemp wellness industry? There's a few different things that you guys should consider. So the first one is, with us, our higher standards for both quality of product and compliance. So one thing I always tell people to look for is QR codes. So Green Compass has QR codes on the bottom of all of our products. So you can scan that, kind of similar to like COVID menus, and know exactly what's in your product or what's not in your product. The second thing is our commitment to being a trusted name in the CBD industry as a whole. So if you know anything about CBD, it's actually shocking. 80% of the CBD here in the US is from China. And in China, they actually use hemp plants to clean the air. So they basically ship that over here. People are purchasing it in bulk, white labeling it. So just printing out their own marketing label and throwing it on the shelves to sell, which is just scary because you truly have no idea what's in that product. And sometimes they'll even say that it has CBD in it, but if you actually test it, some have little to no CBD in it. So it's really an industry that's still the wild, wild west and is still unregulated. And Green Compass is really leading the way in terms of quality. And then the last thing is that we're vertically integrated, which is huge in this industry, because a lot of people can farm CBD, but maybe not finish out the process. They outsource that piece. So we don't outsource a thing. So we're completely farm to family. We plant it, we grow it, we harvest it, we extract it, we bottle it, package it, and ship it to your doorstep. So we are truly farm to family, straight to your door. I'm going to pass it over to Morgan. She's going to chat with us a little bit about the products and how CBD works in our body.
All right. Thanks, lady. All right. So, yes, my name is Morgan Hooper. I live in Fayetteville, North Carolina, originally from Illinois. Was a travel nurse, so that's how I ended up here. But I am a wife. I am a mom of four, and I work as a clinical nurse liaison with a big infusion company. So, busy day to day type job. Kids are in a lot of activities, stuff like that. So, how I ended up here, kind of speaking to you guys about Green Compass, was about probably 19, 20 months ago. I ended up having a major surgery. And of course, I did not take the recommendation of the doctor who told me I'd probably be out for 5 to 6 weeks and was like, yeah, I'll go back in 2 weeks. So anyways, of course, she proved me wrong, and I was in an immense amount of pain. And I'm a pretty laid back person. And with that pain came a lot of anxiety and just I could not stand like anybody even talking in my house. My nerves were just at a 10 nonstop. So I knew that there was no way that I could go back to the bedside or going into the hospital setting on pharmaceuticals. And so I was googling CBD as a pain alternative, and Green Compass actually just kept coming up as a really reputable company. So of course I wanted to try all the products, and so did my husband. He was a nurse as well. And so we tried everything. We fell in love with it. And so, really, what I fell in love with even more so is just the fact that CBD really truly can help your endocannabinoid system. So, I'm going to talk about the endocannabinoid system, the ECS system. But first, I'm going to talk about CBD. So, what is it? Okay. So, CBD is a compound that's found in the cannabis plant that is actually stands for cannabidiol. Okay. And so it, of course, gets lumped in with marijuana, as Katie was saying. So, how we like to think of it is you've got the cannabis species, and off of that is the hemp plant. Okay. And so, hemp is high in CBD, which is what's going to get you healthy, and then it's low in THC. Okay. And off to the other side, you have marijuana. Marijuana is high in THC and it's low in CBD. So that is the differences. They are cousins, they are part of the same species, but they are truly different plants. Okay. So, how does CBD work in your body? So, you have an endocannabinoid system, okay? And it's just like it says, it's endo within your body cannabinoid system. So, we actually produce our own cannabinoids. And just like anything, when you are, you're depleted in certain areas, right? So, that could show up with lack of sleep, depression, anxious feelings, pains, digestive issues. Okay. So I like to think of it this way. You've got your endocannabinoid system as an umbrella. Okay. And underneath the umbrella is your digestive system, your central nervous system, your respiratory system. And what it does is it speaks to all these systems and it tries to maintain homeostasis in your body. Okay. And so what happens is, like I said, it gets depleted. And so you actually have to take the plant form to then fill in those spots. So I always like to do this little analogy. I didn't have my orange tonight, but I'm going to use my little marshmallow. Okay. So let's just pretend this little marshmallow is a respiratory cell. Okay. And sitting on top of it is an endocannabinoid receptor. All right. So what happens is you're going to take your little CBD, you're going to ingest it, and it's going to go in and it's going to find where you're deficient. And then it's going to connect to that endocannabinoid receptor. Okay. And then what it does is it brings that system, that cell back to homeostasis. So that is how CBD works within your own body. Okay. If you guys have any more questions about that later, I'll definitely go over it. This was not in the science books when I was in nursing school, but it absolutely is going to be there from now on. So this was actually the most mind-blowing part, that we have this system within our own body. Okay, so I am going to talk to you guys a little bit about our products. So, just like any company, your oil, your tincture is your bread and butter. Okay, and like Katie said, we have a QR code on the bottom of all of them. So, we're a very transparent company. We want you to see what you're getting. We do third-party validation on everything. Okay, so we specialize in 3 different types of oils. We have different flavors, but we have 3 different types. The first type I'm going to talk about is full spectrum. Okay. Full spectrum is the entire full hemp flower. We don't use the stems. We don't use any of the fillers. We truly just use the flower. Okay. And within that is your phytonutrients, your hemp terpenes, and your different types of cannabinoids. All right. You also have within the full spectrum the legal amount of THC, which is that 0.3%. So with the full spectrum oil, you're going to get the true entourage effect of CBD. Okay. So next we have a broad spectrum oil. Broad spectrum oil is the hemp flower with all the stuff I mentioned, but it has the THC extracted from it. So if you're worried about drug tests and things like that, like I prefer to stay with the broad spectrum. So that is a good option for you guys. And then last we have an isolate oil. And an isolate is just that. They're isolating just the CBD out of there. I typically don't have a lot of customers go to that because they tend to just go to the broad spectrum, but there are some parents out there, there are some people that are just really paranoid about getting certain tests that they will do the isolate. Okay. So next we're going to move on to our nano jellies. So this is my favorite product, you guys. We had to name them nano jellies because they truly are different than anything else on the market. So all of the gummies that you guys see, they have a very low absorption rate. Okay. You're only getting like 5 to 10% absorption rate. So we had to step it up a notch. And so what we did was we have a proprietary technology that nano sizes the CBD. Okay. So it nanosizes them and makes everything water soluble. So as you ingest it, you're not losing all the good stuff as it goes down. So you're getting about a 95% absorption rate with these. These are actually broad spectrum. So I give these to my kids every single morning. They know they have to take it with their allergy medicine. This is just a part of their daily routine. We do have 2 flavors. We have limoncello, which is yummy. Then we also have elderberry, which is very, very good for your immune system. Obviously, right now everybody's been sick, right? But then on top of that, they actually put some mushrooms in these. You can't taste them, but mushrooms are really good for heart health. They're good for inflammation and things like that. They're not the psychedelic ones. They're truly the healthy version of it. So those are our nano jellies. All right. Now, I want to talk to you guys about topicals. Okay. So I always like to say you really need CBD to work from the inside out, but you also need it to work from the outside in. And you have endocannabinoid receptors all over your skin. All right. So we actually have an FDA approved pain cream. It's called Reduced Pain Cream. We have it in a roller or a cream. I prefer the cream myself, but it's like an icy hot on steroids. Okay. I actually just had somebody write me 2 days ago that is due for bilateral knee replacement. She's 65 years old. She's working 4 12-hour shifts a week. And she said she's never felt relief like this. She's never had any product give her the relief. So our topicals are absolutely phenomenal. With that, we also have some other things like a Soothe cream, which is really good for bug bites, burns, people who struggle with eczema, psoriasis, things like that. Because you guys, CBD is a natural anti-inflammatory with your skin. It really calms the skin down. Katie had mentioned her founder was a Meredith. Her name is Meredith. Her job prior to doing all this was she was an esthetician. So she does have a love for skincare. And so we do absolutely have a great skincare line. All right, so I'm going to move on to 3 more products that really kind of are our newer products within the last year that are really, really neat. Okay, so one of the biggest things that we get is when people come to us and they ask us, they say they want to sleep better, that they're not sleeping, right? So they just recently came out with these sleep jellies. All right. And so if you're a melatonin lover, these are something you want to think about, okay? Because it comes with CBN. And CBN is a different type of compound within the hemp plant, but it focused more on restful night of sleep and staying asleep. Okay. And it's also partnered with ashwagandha, passion flower, and lemon balm. These are a great price point. I take a half to a full one at night, but these really, really help sleep. Okay. And then I actually just took my last one today, so I don't have the jar, but they come in one just like this. We have digestive jellies, and you guys know gut health is so, so important to your overall wellness. But our digestive jellies have apple cider vinegar in them. And apple cider vinegar is, if you take a shot of that stuff, it's horrible. But it's so good for you in a lot of different ways, for inflammation, for gut health, things like that. We actually, ours is blood orange flavor. They're the best tasting jellies I think we have, honestly. But they really help with bloating. They really help with cravings. They help with being regular. They help with maintaining that gut health, which in turn is going to help with other things as well within your body. But those just recently came out, and a lot of people are using those with, their weight loss system. And then if they're wanting to stop smoking, if they're struggling with their appetite and stuff like that, they're taking 1 or 2 of those a day. Okay, and then last, because I'm on the gut health topic, that I want to talk about is our collagen. Okay, so Green Compass is always going to take everything to the next level. We strive to be USDA certified, organic, and everything, and we never want it just to be about collagen or ashwagandha. We want the hemp plant in everything. It's truly like the most versatile plant that's on earth. But the collagen that we created is actually sourced from 3 different kinds. All right, so you got the 3 different types of collagen within ours, and then on top of that, with the hemp plant being in it, you have CBG. CBG is a type of compound that focuses more on like hair and nail growth and things like that. Okay. And so we also put biotin in there. And then we also put olive leaf extract, which is the highest antioxidant on earth, which really just helps with all that like oxidative stress that we are exposed to every single day. But you guys, you can find collagen really anywhere right now, but you have to be careful because there's a lot of heavy metals in it. Ours is obviously just very, very clean. And that's what we strive for on that. But one of the biggest things that they have found that collagen truly has helped with is gut health. So if you have a leaky gut, the lining of your gut is leaking, that is all going into your bloodstream and all those toxins, right? So the collagen helps rebuild the lining of your digestive system up, okay, which helps with that leaky gut. So that's why a lot of people are using collagen more so for even gut health. But it's great for joint health. It's anti-aging, all of that. Because when you turn 30, your collagen production massively goes down, right? So this is just another thing that we really have to take to kind of stay young and healthy. But we do have plenty of other products that anybody that invited you here could go over, but those are our big ones that I absolutely love. So if you have any questions after this, feel free to ask. I'm going to shoot it back to Katie, and she's just going to go over the opportunity.
Thank you, Morgan. The jellies are a household staple for us. I take them, both of my girls take them. My husband actually takes our full spectrum 750, the mint flavor. So he's in the construction industry and he's always suffered with horrible back pain and knee pain. And since we've started this about almost 2 years ago, he's been probably 90% pain-free, which is amazing. So I'm going to go over with you guys a little bit about the opportunity. I'm not a huge numbers person, but I know a lot of people are. So I'm going to go over some numbers and statistics that are eye-opening, even for me when I'm not a huge numbers person. So as I mentioned, we launched in 2019, and our initial goal that first year was to do 300,000 in sales, and we blew it out of the water doing 11.5 million. And we doubled the following year. And then we doubled again last year, and we're on track for that same growth this year as well, in the middle of a pandemic, which is just insane, you guys, for a business. So currently the CBD industry is also a $5 billion industry with projections to be 47 billion in the next 5 years. So there's no better timing than now in terms of when to jump in this industry. So I always like to go over 3 things to consider when you're considering a direct sales company. The first one is this a product that people will use? And is it a consumable product? So yes and yes. So the first thing to consider is anyone, like Morgan was talking about, anyone with a spine has an endocannabinoid system and can benefit from CBD. So your mom, your brother, your sister, your cat, your dog, your horse, anyone can benefit from the benefits of CBD. And then it's also consumable, right? So people are going to try our products, use them, love them, see results, and reorder from you. Um, and we get to be on that journey, kind of helping people on their hemp wellness journey in terms of dosage. You really get to walk customers through which products will benefit them and their journey through the hemp wellness space. The second one is, what's the compensation plan like? So this business has blessed my family like nothing before. I am forever grateful for Green Compass over the last few years, and especially during this last year with inflation. So I was reading a few statistics that I was talking with my team about earlier this week, and they say it's going to take an average of $7,000 to $10,000 to just live that same lifestyle that we were living last year, which is just crazy because I don't know about you guys, but my day job did not give me that type of raise this year. But Green Compass did. Green Compass gave me a 40% raise from last year. And I don't know where we would be without it right now. We would have to be cutting corners right now, especially during the holidays. So the compensation plan can really be whatever. You can dip into it as much or as little as you want. We have people from all different walks of life doing this. You can make an extra $200 a month. You can make an extra $300 to cover any type of products, or you can really have a goal to leave your full-time job if that's something that interests you. And then the third piece and the final piece, and my most important piece in terms of when I made the leap over to Green Compass, is the timing and the leadership. So as I mentioned, excuse me, I came from a past direct sales company. I was there for over 5 years, and the growth opportunity here and the leadership here, you guys, is like nothing I've ever been a part of. The community is amazing. We have an amazing corporate team that really pours into us and sets us up for success, listens to us with if we want changes, trainings, and everything. I just wasn't used to that. So that was a huge, huge point that I am forever grateful for Green Compass, because our community and leadership is like nothing else. And then timing. So like I mentioned, the CBD industry is growing at a rapid rate. And they say that a momentum phase within a business is 3 to 5 years. And we are really in that sweet spot, being in our 4th year. So timing plays a huge role in that as well. And so how it works, if this is something that you think interests you and you want to learn a bit more about, or you're ready to kind of link arms with us, there are a few different ways to do that. And the process is very simple. We have a few different business kits for you to take a look at and consider. And your website is live as soon as you enroll. And you basically have a link that you get to share with your potential customers and friends and network, and kind of help them on their CBD journey. And your goals are your goals. Like I tell my team all the time, if you're trying to make your car payment, maybe your mortgage, or maybe a shameless shoe fund, or maybe save for a vacation fund, this business can be, and you can tap into it and let it be whatever you want it to be. And we're here to kind of help you, guide you on those goals and how to get there and achieve those goals. So thank you so much for being with us tonight. I'm going to open it up for some questions. Please don't be shy to ask any questions. That's what makes it fun here. So you can type them in the chat or come off mute if you're comfortable doing that. We don't bite, I promise.
Yeah. Don't be shy. We actually sometimes some people will ask a lot of questions. We're on here like another 20 minutes. It's fun. So don't feel weird about asking anything.
Yeah, it's a lot of information. So no question is a silly question. I tell people that all the time.
Mm-hmm.
Can you see the chat, Morgan?
Yeah.
Is there anything in there? Okay. All right. If you guys don't have any questions, we will close it out for the night. And if you have questions that you think of later, feel free to ask the advocate that invited you, or reach out to Morgan and I directly, and we'd be happy to help. Thank you guys so much for tuning in tonight.
Thank you.
Good night.